Welcome. All right, now today we're going to talk about credit processing. A lot of people sometimes they go on Google or they go on different search engines and all they type is credit processing. Well, one thing is that a lot of times what they really mean is credit card processing, which means they might be a merchant and they want to know how could they accept credit cards for their business. Now, the first thing is that a lot of merchants, tend to, say they want to accept credit cards because, it really provides them a solution, a fast and easy solution, for their customers. Because, when a customer walk into their stores, sometimes they might not have cash on them. And another thing too we've actually found is that, consumers spend on average about 2.5 times more when they use a credit card compared to cash, because they know if they use a credit card they could pay it later. They don't have to pay it right away. They don't have to go to the ATM or to the bank to get cash, which makes it very inconvenient for them. So that's why a lot of merchants nowadays say, you know what, they want to accept credit cards, so that way, first of all, they could increase their sales. I mean, we've seen people dramatically increase their sales just because they start accepting credit cards now. So when people come to their stores, they see the Visa or MasterCard logo and they say, wow, you accept credit cards. So now, they're ready to probably buy a lot more than they would have bought, if they had to pay, with their cash. Now, one thing that's very, very important for you as the merchant is to understand the costs associated with accepting credit cards. There's a lot of competition out there. There are a lot of companies offering that service. And one thing we do know is that in Canada, that a lot of the older companies who used to offer that service, they would offer it at a much bigger cost than companies like ours. Now, the first thing I want to help you understand is that it's very, very important to understand exactly what is the cost structure, what is it going to really going to cost you to accept those transactions. Now, very quickly, we're just going to walk through them. When it comes to cost, you have what's called your qualified and your non-qualified rate. That's a rate, so which means the bigger the transaction amount, the more you're going to pay in fees, okay? Now you have what's called your Interac fees. Now the advantage of Interac is that Interac, it's a flat fee per transaction. So sometimes, whether the transaction is a $1,000 transaction or maybe a $20 transaction, it's going to be the exact same flat fee, okay? Might be 5, 6, or 7 cents per transaction. Then you have what's called your terminal costs. Now your terminal, you have actually 3 different options. You could sometimes lease the terminal, it's like a 48-month lease, or sometimes you might just want to do like a month-to-month rental on the terminal, which is more for seasonal merchants, or some merchants that they say, they just want to buy the terminal, that way they don't have to pay for it monthly, which over a long period of time ends up being like the cheapest option, okay? And then you have what's called your account maintenance fees. Account maintenance fees are responsible for your monthly statements and everything associated with your account and customer service and everything. And then you have what's called your application fee when you're going to start the account, when you're going to open the account. So that's pretty much what I want to help you guys understand with credit processing. Thank you.